When do you change from being a prospect, and what do you change to? Let's talk.
Straighter, not roundhouse right hand.
And that's what we've been talking about, the straight shot, the one where he gets leverage on it.
I don't want to kill
Pull
somebody
back
for
a little bit.
seconds.
Nah, I want a body on my record.
Now, I want to see you fight motherfuckers. I do. All right, I'm with you. I'm with you. As long as you're trying to fight the great, the best competition.
Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Yo, it's the best, fight the best. If you ain't with the moto, just click the link, bitch, and get buried like the rest. It ain't gonna work how you want it. These trolls already tried, too many come but don't leave. So if you hear, you gotta die. I'm spitting straight facts. These bitches crying cause they hate that. The LDBC's the top topic, bitch, hate that. We the ones that bring the truth to these fans. So while you hate, I'ma laugh and keep counting these bands. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link, get prepared to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you.
Welcome to the graveyard.
So, the general consensus around the sport of boxing, and I don't know why this is, because I don't follow this shit, but these people do. Others do. Is they say you are a prospect, then you are a contender, then you're a gatekeeper, then you're a champion. Or you're a prospect, a gatekeeper, a contender, a champion, and then back to a gatekeeper. Or you're a prospect, a champion right away, then you're a gatekeeper, then if you get lucky, you're back to a contender. Or you come right into the fucking boxing and you're an immediate contender until you fight somebody that beats your ass, and then all of a sudden you're a prospect. Then you fight somebody and you look good. Then all of a sudden, now you're back to a contender. And then you fight somebody else and you don't look so good. Now you're a gatekeeper. And then potentially you get lucky and fight a fucking bum-ass champion. And all of a sudden now you're a champion. Bro, the sport of boxing, when it comes to how y'all want to protect y'all fighters, is fucking garbage. It's motherfucking trash. There is no prospects in boxing. There ain't no contenders. There ain't none of that shit. You are a professional fighter. I don't know the rankings for the contender rankings. I don't know the prospect rankings. I don't know the gatekeeper rankings. Stop trying to protect fighters. You are a professional. You are an amateur. That is it. Those are the only ones you got. Y'all motherfuckers adding all this extra shit on there, putting 50 on the buck. Listen, man, this guy's a prospect, man. He's going to get there sooner or later, man, but he's a prospect right now. And you can say that for a fighter that you rock with or a woman with the complexion for the protection. But you can't say that for Deontay Wilder. When it comes to Deontay Wilder, they say, oh, man, they moved him so slow. They moved Wilder slow, man. He's slow because he wasn't ready. He was trash. He was garbage. He was a bum, so they just kept moving him slow. Well, what is that? Is moving them slow a prospect, a contender, what is that? What is moving them slow? What is that? What's moving them fast? Oh, well, Anthony Joshua, look at him in 5 fight, 13 fight, 8 fight, and 7, 8 fight. He's fighting on November 1, 13 fight, 8 December 1, 19 fight, 8 fight. He's moving so fast. What is that? Was Anthony Joshua ever a prospect, or did he come in as a contender? Or did he come in as a champion? What was that? Was he a gatekeeper immediately? What's Lomachenko? Lomachenko, very first fight was for a belt. His very second fight was for a belt. His first fight was for a secondary belt. His second fight was for a major belt where he lost. His third fight was for another major belt, the same one he lost. The same one that he lost against Orlando Salido, he fought again for his third fight for the same belt. So when was he ever a prospect? When was he ever a contender? When was Lomachenko a gatekeeper? I'm baffled. Confused. When did this happen? What levels? Where do you start out as this? Who says you start out as a prospect? Oh well, Lomachenko, man. Hey, look, his amateur resume. His amateurs, man. I'm telling you right now, his amateur. So, Luis King Kong Ortiz has a fucking great amateur resume. I don't remember Ortiz starting out right away with a title shot as a secondary belt. I don't remember Ortiz in his second fight being for a belt, a major belt. I don't remember Ortiz in his third fight being for another major belt, the same one he just lost in his second. I don't remember that. Luis King Kong Ortiz amateur record is just as decorated as Lomachenko's. What about Guillermo Rigondeaux? Guillermo Rigondeaux's is exactly the same as Lomachenko's. Both 2 gold medals in the Olympics. I don't remember this man immediately coming out and having a title fight in his first fight for a secondary belt. Don't remember having the second fight being for a motherfucking, what's the name? A major belt. And his third fight being for a major belt. Don't remember it. So let me guess. Guillermo Rigondeaux had to go through the prospect, gatekeeper, contender, champion, prospect, gatekeeper. He had to go through that phase. And then y'all niggas will say, oh, come on, BF. Everybody knows it's because Vasyl Lomachenko was white. Okay, so then you're telling me there's a whole other standard then. It ain't prospects. It ain't contenders. It ain't gatekeepers. It ain't none of that. It's if you're white, then you can get this. If you're not, then you can't. Cool. So stop telling me about prospects then. Stop telling me about contenders. Stop telling me about gatekeepers. Stop it. You are a professional. It is people that bring this type of mindset to the sport of boxing is why fights don't get made. It's people that bring this type of mindset to the sport of boxing is why fighters who are unknown, who could potentially beat the champion, will never get a shot. Because you'll say, oh man, they're a prospect. Nah, you're just you're a gatekeeper, man. You don't need to get no shot like that. If you went by the rankings and let the number 1 guy fight the champion, and if the number 1 guy wins, then he's the champion. If the number 1 guy loses, then you drop down to number 10 at the highest number 10. And the number 2 guy becomes number 1. And if you want to move up, beat somebody in front of you. Somebody below you wants to move in, beat somebody in there. It's like, bro, you don't allow people who maybe unknown to get in there. You don't allow it. You don't allow fresh blood. Because oh man, that guy's he's a bum. You don't even allow old blood to see if the old blood is fresh. Oh man, he's a gatekeeper. Where did this status come from? Where did this come from? Again, there ain't no prospects. There ain't no gatekeepers. There ain't no contenders. You are a professional or you are an amateur. The only thing different from a professional is that you are now a champion. That's it, bro. That's it. You can have 3 statuses. 3 statuses. Actually 2. But 3 total. You're a professional. You are the mandatory. You are the champion. So it's 3 total, but it's only really 2. Because professional is all inclusive. You are a pro. Inside of the pro, you are a pro mandatory to the champion. You are a pro champion. That is it. And adding in this prospects and contenders and gatekeepers and you adding in all those type of extra additives and salt bays and flavors, adding all that shit in is why fights don't get made. Is why people worry about their O's. Look at Gabe Rosado. This motherfucker keep getting fights over and over. What is he? What is Gabe? Oh man, listen, Gabe's a contender until he looks good against Soglo Jacobs, and all of a sudden, no, he's a gatekeeper. Until he looks good against Soglo Jacobs, and then when he looks good against Soglo Jacobs, all of a sudden now he's a contender again. Then when he fights Jaime Munguia, listen, man, I told you he was a gatekeeper. Man, what is Chisora? What's Chisora? This motherfucker has been getting consistent fights, pay-per-view fights, over in the UK. What is he? Is he a prospect? Oh, nah, he ain't a prospect, man. He's been fighting for long enough. Okay, so he's a gatekeeper? Nah, he ain't no gatekeeper, man. He's getting ready. He could potentially fight for a title. So he's a contender. Yeah, he's a contender, man, because if he beat Joseph Parker again in a rematch fight that nobody's asking for, then he could be in line for a title shot. Then why are we worried about people's undefeated streaks? Why are we worried about anything? You're either a pro or you're an amateur. That's it, bro. You can't just pick and choose who you want to put this label of prospect, contender, gatekeeper. Oh, listen, man. I think y'all can't even really explain this shit. You can't even explain it. What is Jaime Munguia? This motherfucker's the mandatory and refusing to fight for the belt. Just constantly fighting eliminators. As if that's going to get him somewhere. Doing the Canelo Alvarez thing. Let me just keep fighting these guys and wait for the champion to leave. And then when the champion leaves, if Demetrius Andrade moves up, I'll fight for the vacant belt. So are you a contender? Are you a prospect still? Are you a gatekeeper? What are you? What's Jaime Munguia? Because the last I checked, he was going to fight Bum Lofkin. And the fucking, what's the name, the sanctioning body refused to sanction it. Facts. So what is he? When did this nigga hatch to be a contender? I'm baffled. And you motherfuckers can't explain this shit. There ain't no prospects. There ain't no contenders. There ain't no gatekeepers. You are a professional. And as long as you stick to that model, you're a professional. That's what you are. You can put additives on it. An additive, you can say this nigga's a bum. He's a bum-ass professional. You can say that. That's cool. He's still a pro. You want to put additives on that other shit? You're a professional. Now you can either act like a pro or not, but you're still a pro. You're a pro. There ain't no, listen, man, I don't need to, I ain't worried about it. This guy's a gatekeeper. Oh, man, I'm not going to get no credit for fighting this guy. He's a prospect. Oh, man, listen, this guy's already fought for the belt a couple times, so now he's just a gatekeeper for somebody else. Oh, this guy's undefeated. Yeah, he hasn't fought nobody. All bums. All garbage-ass fighters that don't nobody know. This is all he's ever fought with fucking straight losing records. But since he's undefeated, he's a contender. Stop it. Stop it. Motherfucking Otterbox was piecing Tyson Fury up. And nobody, who'd he fight? Nobody knew. Nobody cared. Oh, but he was undefeated, man. Otterbox was undefeated, man. He was undefeated. So what? Allow the fighters to fight without labeling them as prospects. So I ain't gonna fight him as a pro. Oh, you're a gatekeeper. I'm not fighting this guy, bro. I mean, he's just a gatekeeper. I'm not gonna get enough. Oh, you're a contender because you haven't beaten nobody, but you're undefeated. Stop it. You're a professional. You're a professional mandatory. You're a professional champion. There's your options. Those are the only options you got. That's it. You won't find on BoxRec or fucking any one of these motherfucking Ring magazines or any of the sanction bodies that'll say, listen, here's the top 15. And the from 11 to 15, these guys are gatekeepers. From number 10 to number 5, these guys are, these guys are gatekeepers. From 11 to 15, they're prospects. 11 to 15 is prospects. From 10 to 5, they're gatekeepers. And then from 2 to 5, those guys are contenders. And then the number 1 guy is the mandatory, and then you have the champion. That is not how it's set up. That is not set up. You can't find it nowhere. You won't find it anywhere. It's total opinion on who's a prospect, who's a contender, who's a gatekeeper. It's total opinion. You motherfuckers don't even know what you're basing that opinion on. When BFTB says this guy's a fucking bum, I can look at his box rec and see 8 and 134 with 95 straight losses. Yeah, you're a pro bum. That's what I'm basing that on. You're a fucking professional bum. You're 8 and 194 with 98 straight losses. You are a professional bum. Now, somebody explain to me a gatekeeper. Someone show me where that's at. Show me the prospect. The contenders. Show me. Oh, man, listen, I think this guy right. Well, you think based on what? This is why y'all can't never fuck with me this conversation. Oh, come on, BF. Everybody knows this guy ain't ready. The fuck you mean we don't young ready? Put him in there. I'm pretty sure the motherfucking Detroit Lions would love to say, oh man, listen, man, we ain't ready. We ain't ready for no Tampa Bay, bro. Man, we are not ready for Tampa Bay, bro. Nah, bro, we ain't ready for them. Come on, everybody knows we ain't ready for no Tampa Bay. I'm pretty sure they would like to say that. Listen, bro, let's just play the practice squad for a little bit. Let's play the practice squad for a little bit, till we get better. Because right now we're prospects. We're prospects in the NFL. We ain't got no shot at making the Super Bowl. We're prospects. So let's just keep playing the practice squad first so we can get better. And then once, we start to see some progress, we'll maybe play Miami and see how that works out. Because they're a potential a gatekeeper. We'll play Miami and see how that works out. So we did good. All right, cool. So let's rematch Miami and see if it was a fluke. Let's rematch them. Oh, we beat them again. Okay, I guess we're contenders now. Man, get the fuck out of here. Ain't nobody playing that shit. You either are or you are not. You're all pros. Period. BFTB. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And I'm out.